In the land of Egypt, a new pharaoh sat on the throne, one who did not know Joseph or the history of how the Hebrew people came to be in his kingdom. All he saw was a multitude of foreigners living and thriving within his borders. He looked out upon the sprawling cities and saw the Hebrews multiplying, their families growing larger, their numbers swelling with each passing year. He saw their strength, their resilience, and a seed of fear began to sprout in his heart. He called his advisers, his voice sharp with anxiety. "Look," he said, "the Israelite people have become far too numerous for us. They are becoming more powerful than we are. What if war breaks out? They might join our enemies, fight against us, and then escape from the country." This growing population was a real threat to his power and Egypt's safety. His fear festered, turning into a dark and cruel resolve. So the Pharaoh devised a plan. First, he oppressed them. He set taskmasters over the Hebrews, forcing them into brutal slavery. They were made to build massive storage cities. Pithom and Ramesses, with their bare hands, under the scorching sun. The Egyptians worked them ruthlessly, making their lives bitter with hard labor in brick and mortar and all kinds of work in the fields. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. The Egyptians' fear only grew. Frustrated and desperate, Pharaoh's plan took a more sinister turn. He summoned the Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah. When you are helping the Hebrew women during childbirth, he commanded, "Look at the baby. If it is a boy, you must kill him. But if it is a girl, let her live." The midwives, however, feared God more than they feared the king of Egypt. They defied his order and let the boys live. When Pharaoh confronted them, they cleverly replied, "The Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before we even arrive." Enraged by his plan's failure, Pharaoh escalated his cruelty to an unthinkable level. He issued a public decree, a terrifying order to all his people. "Every Hebrew boy that is born, you must throw into the Nile River, but let every girl live." A wave of terror washed over the Hebrew communities. Every family was now under a death sentence. The mighty Nile, the source of Egypt's life, was to become a watery grave for their sons. This was the dark and desperate world into which a very special child was about to be born. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for the next part of the story.